Well, hello and welcome. It's wonderful to have you with me again. Oh, late video again. I am not going to bore you with the details. It's just wonderful to be in the garden and it's not raining. So, first of all, before I tell you what I've done in the garden this week, let me please apologize if you've noticed recently that when you click on any of my videos, there are adverts. I apologize. I did not put them there. It's got nothing to do with me. I do not have anywhere near enough subscribers to AdSense so that I could make money off adverts. Because I don't have enough subscribers and I can't be part of YouTube partnership, as I've explained before, and I'll put that in the corner of the video that I made about that. I have no choice. YouTube is exercising their legal right to make money out of anybody's channel that is a small channel and that is not part of YouTube partnership, because it's their right and they can make money out of you. So they can put adverts on anybody's video if they don't meet those criteria and make money out of your channel without you gaining a single penny from it and without your permission. It's quite a hijacking, but it is their right, and it's something that I have to put up with if I want to share with you what I'm doing through this platform. So I apologize. I am going to try this year and work on getting enough subscribers at least to be able to avoid having adverts on the channel, because I don't want to bore you and invade your space and your time with marketing things that aren't even related to Blue Garden Cottage. But for now, I don't have a choice in the matter, so my apologies. Right, back onto the matter at hand, the garden. Well, I don't know if you can tell from behind me, but I have been clearing up and cleaning the veranda. But I am busy in this January, my gardening week, tidying up under the veranda, sorting out some plants, getting ready to make the space usable, and to start next week's project for homemaking. So you'll have to hang on till next week to see that, but in the meantime I'm sweeping up all sorts of debris under here. It's mostly leaves, reshuffling plants and parts. Oh, look. Ah, we have a flurry. Just a flurry. Look at that. Plants tidied up, got ready. I shall water them. They don't get any rain under here, so they need a bit of water. They're a bit dry. There we go. Bitterly cold. I am surprised to see there are still leaves on some of the apple trees, but there you go. They'll fall off soon enough when the frost comes. This bed needs tidying up. And the topsoil we bought in has settled, but it is very claggy, so it needs a lot of organic matter. I'm just going to make a hole, put compost in. I'm not going to do traditional trenching because I don't want to dig too much. I'm just going to make a small pot size hole, stick it full of compost deep down, and then do that a couple of spaces all over the place. And I'll keep doing that every year. Just make a pot hole to stick compost in and keep putting the organic matter in, or the compost and the builder sand. So yeah, that needs doing. That bed as well needs a huge amount more organic matter. They all do. I've still got spring onions growing there. I am so chuffed they're still going and have survived the winter, probably because there's the raised walls there. But yeah, one of the plans this year is to finish filling and sorting out the fruit bushes, because they need more compost in there anyway and raising up a bit higher. Filling these beds and building polytunnel over them, but I'm thinking of building frames covered with polytunnel plastic so that I could grow taller veg in there, like the potatoes and the whatever else, some peas and beans and stuff, although they don't need covering. But for the winter time, then we can just roll down the throw the plastic over the frame for the winter, to grow some stuff in for the winter, like the kale, keep them going a bit longer, and some cabbages, winter cabbages and leeks, things like that through the winter. So we'll build frames on the beds to put plastic over for the winter. But all's good. And look how that Chilean guava has taken off. I'm going to be trimming lower bushes out, thinning it out for more light and air to get in, and it's going to go in the front garden this year. Gets more sun out there, I think. They still, I mean, can you believe these roses still have leaves? And this is the south facing corner of the garden, just this corner. Floors have been swept, plants have been moved, everything's been tidied up. Sorry, I can't even turn the camera around because I'm using my phone and it doesn't give me the option to flip the camera mid filming. I've had a few tech problems, and it's not technology that's the problem, it's my lack of know-how and experience. I apologize for that as well. Also a deficit of spare time to be able to gain that knowledge and experience. Anyway, so other than tidying up in the veranda, on the veranda this week, because I was determined to do one thing in the garden. It might be January, but it is a garden week, and even if it's sitting talking to you out in the garden, I'm doing that. But I did get to do something, and it feels brilliant to have achieved something that I could do in a very short space of time and tick it off as yes, I've done it. And even though the video is late, I am getting to you this week. No matter what, you are getting a video. So I do apologize for that, and hope you'll forgive me for the tardiness. It's not tardiness, it's, I don't want to make excuses, but it's reasons. So yep, doing that. And as far as the plans for this year for the garden, I've told you already that I have my list of things that need to be done in the garden, but that is irrelevant of time. It is just the things I want to achieve, and what I have chosen as the priorities for this year is both the studio and the workshop behind me are going to be completed with their renovations and the windows and insulation, because they need to be season ready for any season to be able to work in. At the moment we can't work in there through the winter and the colder months of either spring or autumn. We just can't, it's too cold and too damp. So to be able to make that a more usable place in the garden, we will be doing that. Even though it's not part of the garden itself, nothing to do with the garden, it is in the garden because it's to do with the crafting, but it's in the garden. The garden stuff we're focusing on is the strawberry tower. If you remember, I showed you my very rough sketch of what will be the strawberry tower there and there, either side of a nice tall mirror, which I've already bought. The boxes hubby's already built, the planters. So we just have to build all the framing ready for remember the coffee cans, the big ones from the coffee shops that we got from them that was going to end up in landfill. We'll be using those to make planters for the strawberry tower, and the mirror I've already bought. So yeah, we'll do that, and obviously back it with waterproof paneling to stop the water damaging it or blowing. We want to stop the wind and rain blowing into here so that the furniture won't get damaged. And the beds, the raised beds, so we're going to be finished filling those. So those are the main projects for the garden in the back. And in the front garden, just what I had planned for beautifying and tarting up that already very nice blue fence with the little animals on the top. I've got something that I really wanted to do in there and haven't had chance to do yet. I'm not going to bore you with the details, but that is the front garden job, along with the composter. Those are the priorities. Everything else is just by the by and winging it. So I've chosen just those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things the entire year. We should be able to achieve that at some point through the year and appropriate to the weather and the season, and of course finances. But they will be done. In the meantime, I also have all the other things that we're doing, and I'll catch up with you on that. As you can see, this Lloyd Loom style chair I have placed, oops, excuse me, This Lloyd Loom chair I've placed on the table. That is for next week's homemaking project, because that is going to be refurbed, redone, painted up nicely, the cushion recovered, and it's going to be used indoors and not stay out here. You know, yeah. So I am doing a bit of clearing out inside as well. All of the wicker baskets, the old picnic baskets I've been using for storage, the bottom one I've been clearing out and cleaning, sorting stuff out. And I've taken all the toys upstairs and tidied up there, so I've made room for toys so the children can play with them upstairs, but the Lego stays downstairs. So organizing, sorting out, getting things done, even though some of those things aren't even on the to-do list, but they just need doing. It's in the moment, and it feels good to just get stuck in and do something, even though the things I planned on doing can't happen just yet. So I'm doing something in the meantime. So yeah, that is what I would like you to take from this week. My apologies for the adverts, which I now have no control over, and what I've made a start on already. And so yeah, I do have something to share with you on the 4th week of the month, being the Self-reliance one, which will kind of explain why things are a bit hectic over the last few months, and how it's affected the things that I choose to do now as far as self-reliance is concerned. So I'll share that with you then. Homemaking that. Craft-wise, I think this month we'll just be finishing sorting out the inside of the studio so that I can get that one dollhouse completed. It's almost there. Get that finished and done. But I think it'll be organizing what's in there first. That needs to be done. You're getting it raw. So, and I am not that careful not to make mistakes, so I apologize. This is me. Oh, that brings to mind, I've heard it a couple of times on the radio this week, that that piece from The Greatest Showman, "This is me." Yeah, this is me. Raw. No fancy editing. Even when it is edited, it's the most basic, but you know, I'm here and I'm sharing with you all my raw mistakes and embarrassing bits and obvious lack of skill and experience, but I'm doing it. So take that from this. If you take nothing else from this video this week, take that. No matter what your situation, no matter what your skills, your abilities, your finances, find something that you can do and give yourself the noddy badge over and say, I've done something. Go for it and do it. And I shall meet you again next week to show you what else I have ticked off that I have squeezed in and been able to do quickly and feel good about actually doing something. Until then, folks, do like, subscribe and share if you like. I do like getting comments, as long as they're pleasant, happy and concerned that everybody can see it. And I shall speak to you, all my friends, next week. Stay safe, stay healthy and happy, and don't lose that energy to get stuff done. Take care, folks. Bye bye.